I'm getting flashbacks to a semi-finals, and that means we could be getting a full 7-game series between the twins. One and all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to your #1 place for midweek esports and for tournament action. Wham! On the Abbasids, up against his bro Poppy Paw in the purple on Juji. This is gonna be a blast. Vortex played this matchup against Wham in the semi-finals. Didn't quite go according to plan. Wham just able to sliver his way around with the Abbasids. Could we be getting a repeat, which would get us to a full 7-game series and a miraculous comeback from 3-0 for Wham? That's what we're going to find out. And hello, Type Error Dubs. Thank you very much, mate. Big shout out to the subs. Remember, guys, if you got subs, I appreciate them. Keep them coming in. It's always worth subbing on games, because if it's a good game, it's going to up on the YouTube, so you kind of get immortalized in the moment. But man, who's going to be immortalized here? We're just going to have Poppy Paw go back-to-back-to-back winner in midweek muster, and then not sign up for week 5, because like good guy me wants to share the money around. Someone else can have it. Or is Wham going to ruin his infallible, unstoppable, unkillable win streak? Because up to this point, you can see in the brackets, Poppy Paw didn't drop a single game. No, he's the person who never looks to slip. He's the player to beat right now in these 1v1 tournaments. We'll see if he's able to beat my brain into submission. No, I'm not impressed. I mean, so when we watched Vortex versus Wham, Vortex got a really good meditation garden placement. This isn't as good. Vortex's was, I think, 110 resources. This is going to be probably about 70? Like 25 gold, 50 wood is pretty good. But it isn't insane. And something I've always emphasized for meditation gardens is the most important thing is food. In 9 out of 10 games, the most important thing is food. Food is so valuable in the early mid game because late game, it's the cheapest and most worthless thing, right? Because you have mass farms. But in the early mid-game, you have to struggle to get out, to get sheep, to get deer, to get all these resources. That's why so many meditation gardens go on food. In conjunction with the fact that it's the easiest thing to get a lot of, closest to your TC. So, sheep haul, looks like it's going to be 10 versus 9 here. We already have stone gathering. It's going to be the military wing opening from Wham. We know he loves to do this. Puts pressure on the other side of the map. Also forces an immediate reaction. It's very good, actually, against Juji in this matchup because Juji have the potential to rush Castle Age. So if you don't have military wing opening, they don't have any reason to play the Age, per se. They can go for a ram rush timing, but these fast castle Shaolin Monk pumps are just as good. Ever feel it's going to be Zhuganyu versus Archers? No, it'll be Zhuganyu versus Horsemen, right? You don't really want to play Archers. I'm curious to see if Poppy Paw can get into Zhuganyu Horseman himself, actually. We've yet to see a Dali Horses game since they buffed the tech. So for those who didn't know, Dali Horses, the tech unique to Juji that gives them 20% more attack speed on all their cavalry, was bugged. It was actually giving less than 10%. Now it gives the pure 20%, which is really good on Horsemen that have an insanely high base attack rate. Right? So 1.75, you bring that down drastically below like 1.5. It goes down to like 1.4. Very, very powerful. And then you back that up with Zhug. Like, when you think about it that way, obviously it's not Feudal Knights, but it's at a level where it makes them god tier, right? Zhuganyu, one of the best range units in Feudal Age. And then you get Dali Horsemen, which, sure, it's not going to compete with a French Knight, but of the Horseman category, it kind of puts it on a level of Ghazi-esque units. Healing units are going to arrive, but Poppy Paw, already aware of it, has got the initial juke out. Behind this second TC is soon to come. Wham likely will go for a fourth one here on the gold. He might be a bit paranoid about his juke all-in timing, in which case he could try to set up the TC behind, but it's still exposed. Like, your ideal world would have been deer here, but you can't have everything, right? We're not playing Highview today. Well, we have already. Can't play it twice in the series, though. Well, I'm just trying to get around. Not going to work out, though. He's seen trying to make that move. Poppy Paw, I mean, you can tell these two play together frequently. By the way, that's another thing I love about Scarguard. Scarguard is probably the only map where I've recently felt like, wow, wolves really impacted this game. I kind of want to have maps that have more annoying wolves on them. said before, it'd be nice with the change of the bounty to have something different happen with walls in general. Also now arriving. Not a bad idea here, but needs to be careful because with the correct micro, Papipo can make it a good trade. Goes in after the archers. Spim basically get ignored here. Horseman, not really feeling that great. That wasn't a productive exchange for Wham. The only upside here is he did buy time for the second TC to be plopped down aggressively. That's a very greedy TC. We talked about the forward side here, right? But this has put you closer to your opponent's base, so he has a quicker rush time down the center. The question now is whether Papipo is going to sense it or know about it. So I'm looking at his vision, and he's been playing quite safe. The scout... Where is the scout? I mean, I know I know that gray and that beigey purple are kind of similar, but... Dude, that's not camouflage. What's going on? I don't think Papipo has the scout in select all army. Or it doesn't have in the key binding he set up, right? That's awkward. I mean, he's going to find the TC anyway, but this could have been very risky for multiple reasons. One, not knowing where the TC is, and two, potentially running into horsemen. So TC revealed. He A-clicks in range. And once again, that would have been avoidable if he just had a scout. Second and third wave are on the way, though. And I imagine we'll be looking at a very aggressive siege engineering timing here. Camel Archer is being prepped, an intriguing choice here. He wants to be mobile, so the whole idea is he can raid and then fight. He can't fight directly right away, though. That's the trade-off. These Camel Archers take a very long time to build, and they're also very expensive. Is he actually even going for ram timing, or is he just looking to hit economy? A bit curious. I love this from Wham, though. Like, last time we watched him on this map, in this matchup, he sucked on the blacksmith timing because he had 4 gold, right? This is much easier to access. However, Papipo, just like Vortex before him, understands that's the blocker you need to find. Gets in there, denies the double gold worker. Wham, a bit greedy, only having 2 there. He does have the northern gold he can move to, though. Bit risky, but kind of have to take a few risks here. Meanwhile, Camel Archers and Horsemen trying to shuffle around, but it seems like someone might be aware. Yeah, and also the vision a bit obnoxious. Love that little detail when Papipo went up the high ground to see more. Gold gathering is now coming in, so we are going to start moving the blacksmith decks. Archers are being prepped here. Yeah, so the Camel Archer in the end, I thought he'd use it for a bit of raiding, but now it's just going to be an aura debuffer and a blocker to Juji Dali Horses, right? Because, like, Dali Horses is in theory cool, but this might be one of the matchups where it just doesn't make sense, because you get 20% attack speed just to lose it to a Camel on knees, right? Which is 20% damage loss. So it balances you back to a net even, meaning your horsemen aren't better than other civs. Here we go, siege engineering down the way. Wham does have enough now for the undermesh, he just hasn't queued it up yet. He's going to need to be fast about this. A lot of wood gathering coming in. I think he might actually need additional archer ranges in the next 30 seconds. He should be able to afford triple archer range pump. Juge Nu. What a unit. 26. Prepping the rams. Triple ram play coming in from Papipo. The Chief Breaker. By the way, that Medigard in the end was 56 wood, 25 gold. Wow. He actually goes Steeled Arrow. What? I'd understand if you were just archers, but horsemen as well here. Undermesh makes a lot more sense. I mean, Steeled Arrow is good for the TC, right? But the rams are going to force you to commit, or you're going to lose the town center. He has got an eco lead already, right? Is it substantial enough is the big question mark here. A little bit of hesitation there. Papipo did see the horseman coming. He's a bit worried about it. I think he's going to have to sack the TC. Gonna try to poke at this. But maybe, unless Papipo miss micros, like a few of the Juke are getting aggroed in range here. It's triple ram on the TC. Archers, horsemen are going to start committing. Undermesh got queued, but it's not there yet. Villagers are starting to get hit as well. In fact, there's a lot of villagers here. He's got a fully garrison, but also 14 trying to repair. However, Puppy Paw, he can't do it. The TC arrow fire was good enough. Double ram, just trying to do this, but goddamn, the repair speed. Meaning it was irrelevant. And also the spearmen stuck inside, right? They had to stay inside. What was his way around this? Just fight the Juke directly with the defenses and ignore the rams. Wham, still kicking in this series. Puppy Paw, I mean, the problem is, like, how do you bring those spears out when there's a bunch of archers there, right? You need the horsemen to basically commit onto you. Puppy Paw goes back again, this time. More rams, 4 this time. Wham, gets a stay of execution. Pays a price, though. 5 villagers dead. However, he now has Undermesh and Steeled Arrow. Horsemen are trying to cut reinforcements, but there's a decent amount of spearmen in the mix, right? You could get really micro-intensive here and whittle them down with a Camel Archer, but he's got other things he's focusing on right now. For one Camel Archer's DPS, it's a bit of a distraction for low gains. However, pulling them all the way here isn't bad, right? Because you can get back to the fight quicker than spears. Ram quantity now up to 5. Puppy Paw has to break him again and again here, right? Like, if he gives him 2 more minutes, Wham's going to be ahead. Right? He's already ahead by 11 villagers, but, you know, obviously there's the idle time, the cost of placing, the losses of investing in a TC, the fact that you're up against Yug with archers. Textile's now in the way. Smart choice here, because it is going to come again. Villagers have to shuffle in. Whatever after quad rams is, syntuplet ram, I don't know what the word is. 5 rams for glory here. Villagers trying to repair. A lot are going to have to be pulled. The pentaram. There we go. Good job, Cow. Villagers are basically frontlining here, and Juke will kill them fast. The rams. I don't think Wham can hold this. More villagers are being pulled. It's all about this TC, but there's no way. The bodies aren't good enough. And I'll at least be able to clear up the rams, but the entire eco lead is now disappearing for Wham. 49 to 46 economy. Puppy Paw. What the? Yeah, get them out of here. There's no wheelbarrow. 2 villagers difference between them. Archers also now in an overextended position. They can't win against Yug. And this is starting to look burnt. Wham trying to go for the boot camp and now trying to play 1 TC versus 1 against Yuji. It doesn't feel like a great position to find yourself in. Upsides, at least you have got the Golden Ages to help you, right? So your eco's a bit better off. But now I think the goal is to eliminate any food options here, right? Yes, Abbasid are very cost-efficient there, but still. Still need food, especially with horsemen. I mean, maybe you could try to play mass archers, but like playing mass archers in the Juke just doesn't really work. You need the horseman assist. A very problematic position that Wham now finds himself here in game number 6. Idle time achieved. He sees him. Oh, will you look at that? Don't worry, guys. No wheelbarrow needed. The Juke is slow as well. Still, it's a blocker. He's preventing all foods. There's only 1 safe resource right now, and it is in the south side. Puppy Paw is aware of the deer. Just not playing there. But it's not going to last very long when you've got 31 villagers out here. Ones if it's ending now with a Puppy Paw win. 2s if we're going to game 7. Get your predictions in. Alright. My chat has many PTSDs with Juke. The wall did buy a drop off of wood. Yeah, this is looking bad. He's trying to go castle, right? I mean, it almost feels like it. He's got so much food, no gold gathering though. He just doesn't have the production. Yeah, the stable's on the front side, and if he builds anything out, then they die. I feel like this is now Puppy Paw's game to lose. If he lets up, doesn't get that killing blow, and then Wham's going to get back in, right? Like, no offense to Wham, it's just he's so far in the pit that the only way out is, like, the guard at the door not looking. House of Wisdom now being sieged. Not a good sign for Wham. We are approaching a landmark victory. Luckily, this doesn't cost wood to repair, but 14 villages repairing hurts me deeply. We use 4 in the end. I think you can just about balance out with that. Sorry, 5, right? Or you might lose the House of Wisdom, like, every round of attacks, maybe 50 or 100 HP. Yeah, it's going down, guys. He needs wood ASAP. This is the problem, right? He switched from food to wood now. We're pretty much doing the one resource at a time thing here. And the archers, wow, they go for a counter raid, but Puppy Paw. He immediately sees it coming due to the outpost all the way back here. Sometimes I am blown away by outpost vision. So he dodges any damage whatsoever. And now the Zhug are going to punish him in the retreat. This is it. Puppy Paw is going to make it a back-to-back-to-back win in the midweek musters. Wham will not be able to achieve the golden comeback. I mean, he's just done, right? It was a cool gambit if it works, but now he knows you have nothing to defend at home. The Zhuge are shuffling, looking, eager for any target they can find here. Commiserations to Wham, man. I mean, it was impressive that he was able to get back-to-back wins against Puppy Paw's signature Civ in the Chinese, right? And if you haven't seen those games, I highly recommend you check the VODs or check the videos when they get uploaded to YouTube, because those were incredibly high-level, high-execution games. But now the outcome is undeniable. He may lose on his Chinese against his brother all the time. All he needs is a Civ that can build Jiganu a little bit faster. And there's a Civ in particular that can do that. Oh, last stand. Looks more like last fall. Horseman, ambitious, trying to run in there. Ram still do need to do the TC. The House of Wisdom is somewhat alive, but he gives up. GG gets killed. There you have it, ladies and gents. Your back-to-back-to-back champion, your winner of the midweek muster number 4 is none other than Puppy Paw. Damn. Well, the good news for those that want to have a different storyline is Puppy Paw has not signed up for midweek muster number 5. I think he's chosen to take a break on that particular week. So let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to lift the cup for our 5th edition of this 30-week esports circuit. Let me know and I'll catch you all in the next chapter.